Warning, Taylor Swift causes amnesia. Welcome to Mark and Pete. Here's a thought.
An earworm is like a germ, as music makes your body jiggle. But long term, you just squirm, as onlookers giggle. Well, it might be the case if you really enjoy the experience of music. However, recently at a Taylor Swift concert, 3 hours and over 40 songs later, many of her fans, known as Swifties, couldn't remember a single thing. Well, what a surprise. In fact, many psychologists believe this is called post-concert amnesia. Clergyman Pete, I ask you, what state do you think you would be if you had been subjected to a Taylor Swift concert?
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because Taylor Swift, I understand, even though we've done episodes featuring Taylor Swift before, I don't remember any of her oeuvre, any of her songs. It's one of those things I've just forgotten. So it's not the same thing. I don't think that the fans are reporting. I've forgotten because I'm not that interested. But I do understand that she produces, you correct me if I'm wrong here, rather catchy tunes. So it does seem to me that what we have is a situation where if I were there, I may well be humming along to whatever she's singing, and maybe she's gyrating about a bit. I don't know. I've never seen her perform, or at least not that I remember. But afterwards, I don't know that I'd remember that much, but I don't think that I would completely forget. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know because I've not been to a concert.
No,
I think I would
been
be
dragged there kicking and screaming.
I'd be out to report, well, I didn't want to go. It wasn't that good. I'd be saying, even if she was brilliant, it wasn't that good because I don't like that sort of thing. I said no commentary on the quality of Taylor Swift's performance or otherwise. But I can't see myself completely forgetting. What do you think? It seems a bit unusual, this claim of post-concert distress disorder. No, it wasn't that. Amnesia, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I must admit that anyone who had been through such an experience with over 40 songs, and that's a lot.
That is a lot to get through,
thought,
I admit that. Yes,
would have not only, I was more worried for her than her fans.
Yeah, she's certainly putting in the work there, you've got to say. Yeah.
Definitely. Yes, the money is coming in, folks. She hasn't forgotten that. Yes, but the fact of the matter is that people were paying hundreds of dollars to actually listen to this experience. But what is strange is that many have said from this whole experience is it was an out-of-body experience so like entering a dreamlike state, meaning that it was a pleasurable experience, but nobody could recall what was going on. And some of the psychologists believe that this is just simply the fact that people can get so embraced with the earworms, as I alluded to, that in many ways it sort of takes over and time flies, meaning the principle being that you're having such fun that essentially you get carried away, you go about your business, you go home, and you can't remember a single thing because you've got into such a euphoria. Now, I suppose we could say that might be a similar thing to a football match. Say, for example, if you enjoyed the game and you really got into the crowd and the intensity, but just couldn't remember what happened.
Well, I don't know. The extreme nature of this, that they're actually claiming that they've forgotten it. Something that they've paid a lot of money to see.
Yes.
And they're hoping to remember, then they can't. Is there a possibility that there's something more sinister happening here? I mean, it seems quite hypnotic. If you're in a hypnotic state, certain suggestions can be made to your underlying psyche, to your subconscious mind. Maybe this is what's been done here. Maybe
I've got a clue. I've got to give you a clue. Why
maybe they're hypnotized in order to a form of mind control.
Well, here you go. Listen to some of the names of the tracks. I was skipping through her catalogue. Today Was a Fairy Tale.
Yes,
That's one of them.
Yeah, well,
you can see the point. Sparks fly.
Yeah.
Good. Eyes open.
Yeah.
Many of them were closed, I guess. But Shake It Off.
Yeah.
Another one. There you go.
Yes,
There's another clue.
Shake It Off, yes.
Blank Space. Yes. I'm not making this up, folks. I think many Wildest Dreams. Look, here's the clue here.
What I would say is, just a brief comment on this.
Yes.
it's a serious point that not that bad things were done here, that this was done for nefarious purposes, as far as we can tell. Taylor Swift is simply a successful singing artist.
I do believe so, yes.
And so her songs may be hypnotic such that people go into a trance-like state. They enjoy it really a lot, but they can't remember the specifics of what happened. But what that does mean is that if you were operating with a nefarious motive, such that you were going to put into people's minds things that you wanted them to believe, then this sort of music with a talented star such as this, who can attract people's attention and keep them occupied and entranced through 40 songs, it would be a very, very useful way of putting the thoughts you wanted into people's minds, wouldn't it?
Well, this is another
then just to finish the thought, if that is the case, then why wouldn't it be the case that Taylor Swift was being used like that?
The music is one thing, but the visual effect and the whole ambience is very important, because massive props, costumes, strobe lighting, and many other things, and perhaps even, dare I say, mind-blowing spectacles were also used to really sort of enhance the overall experience. And that could also have been one of the reasons why many people, the Swifties, just forgot moments of the show or the whole thing. But I think what I would say is that doesn't mean to say that it was bad. So I know that we're sort of...
No. In fact, what I think the whole emphasis on our comment here and on the comments people have made is that it was good. It was so good that people were enraptured. That is the point.
Should it be offered on the National Health Service that if you've got some worrying issues, listen to Taylor Swift?
Now, just putting two practices together, hypnotism is used to as an alternative to anaesthetic sometimes during operations, as is acupuncture, and similar ways of tricking the mind into not feeling pain. Also, during operations, there's a growing practice of playing music, and sometimes people are asked, "What music would you like to be played as you drift off?" And it's interesting that if someone has just a local anaesthetic for an operation, to keep them calm, you would play music that calm them. That does make sense to me. But what if the two were put together? The particular music that you use actually functions as an anaesthetic. It might be worthy of research, because anaesthetics carry with them quite severe risks. The drugs. Yeah. So if you could use music, you see, if you could use Taylor Swift as a musical anaesthetic, that could be very useful. And it sounds like it's far-fetched. And of course, we can't just base it on anecdotal evidence from people coming out of the concerts, but there does seem to be a basis to it.
Well, there is, and even one of the recent singles this year was called Karma. Well, there you go. Why? It says it all. I've given you some examples where maybe there's a clue here. So, yes, Taylor Swift, keep on doing what you're doing, and maybe the rest of the world could swiftly or swifty Swifties really sort of help their lives to be a little bit better in a rather troubled world. What do you think, Clergyman Pete?
Yes, well, I think Taylor Swift is generally a good thing, even if I'm not a regular listener. I am, of course, a great fan. I'm a great fan of anyone we mention on this show. So if you are a Swiftie, if you listen regularly, I hope that you're enjoying her output. And did you? Let us know. Did you listen to her tracks or go to a concert and then not remember it afterwards? But one thing we really hope is that when you listen to Mark and Pete, you remember every word, because it's like music to your ears. Maybe not, but that's what we fondly hope. Catch you next time.